My guest hasn't shown up.
He's right
Yeah,
here.
no, I'm right here.
Oh, you are? Oh my
I just
God.
talked to you a minute ago. Hi, how are you?
How you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
Oh, I guess, okay. What is new on DMV?
Well, our appointment system's doing pretty good.
When are they gonna put those prices down to get the renew the license plate? Man, that's criminal. The license plate is $30, and then I just finished paying for my sister's. Actually, it's not my sister yet, but my brother's plate, and $38 for the plate, $120 total.
But he's gotta have a specialty plate then, some kind of a special, one of the special plates. The plate's 38.
Yeah,
Has he got a Las Vegas plate or what?
Yeah, Nevada plate.
Oh, Nevada, and
He got
Sesqui plate?
he got his name on it. I already passed that vanity thing, but man, $80 in taxes.
That's cheap.
Huh?
It's cheap. You get a new
All right,
car,
5
it's up there
seconds.
for
Oh, he must have it. Ready?
Go.
Hello, Las Vegas. This is Rolando Las with Face the Tribune. As I always said, if you have nothing to hide, you're welcome to face the Tribune. If not, the Tribune is gonna face you. With me, as always, my co-host, Mr. Producer, Mr. Clark Philly, and my guest today is the man of the hour with the Department of Motor Vehicle, Kevin Malone. He's the big man over there, and I'm glad he's here because I was listening to that interview with the FBI director, and I tell you, I'm so upset with that ridiculous thing that I'm glad I'm going to talk about motor vehicles instead than talk about the FBI director and all these games. Welcome, Mr. Malone. How are you?
Gee, I'm glad to be here. I'm doing fine.
Thank you. Man,
Good to
you're
be
a
back.
hard guy to get a hold of. You know, I've been trying to bring you back almost, 2 months now?
Oh, it's been longer than that.
Or longer than that, yeah.
Probably 7 or 8 months.
I didn't intentionally ignore your emails. They just kind of fell through the cracks, I guess.
Oh.
I'm sorry
He
to
was
hear
busy
that.
with his servers, setting up his servers in his basement.
It's no discrimination because I'm
right.
Cuban, right? No, because I'm Cuban.
No, and our emails are on a government server, so you don't have to worry.
Oh, okay, that's good. How's your wife doing?
She's okay.
She is?
She's okay. She's still my wife.
That was your wife, right?
Disabled.
The
Yes,
one that we-
I brought her in last time I was here.
Yeah,
because
that
we were
was
in
your
between
wife.
doctor's appointments.
What was that, about 6 years ago?
No, it was 7 or 8 months ago.
Yeah, it was a while back.
It was, I know, yeah, we've been here 7 months in this building.
Really, because it was in the older building the
Yeah.
last time I was here.
Yeah, so what is new in DMV, Kevin? Tell me what's going on over there. What is new? What is benefiting the people of Nevada? Because you cover the whole state, right?
Right. So I guess the big new news overall is the appointment system. If you need to go to the DMV, you can go on our website and set an appointment for the offices here in Las Vegas and in Reno and Carson City. So there's no more waiting in line.
I know.
You set your appointment for 3 o'clock on Thursday, and there you go. We'll call you.
I saw that somebody that I know went there the other day, and I guess she did that thing in the computer, and they even call her 15 minutes or 20 minutes, and not call her, but text, no?
Right. They text you just like we always have, Jeremy, like we have in the past few years.
You need to be coming here. You need to be approaching.
And with an appointment, we have a separate line to check in. You do have to check in. So you set your appointment for Thursday at 3 o'clock, and you can be up to 15 minutes late without losing it, but we don't want you to be 15 minutes late.
We don't wanna talk
If
people that.
if you check in early,
So you didn't hear that from us?
if you check in early, and I believe it's up to a half an hour early, we'll call you right away. I mean, if your
I
appointment
think,
is for
yeah,
11,
I think that
if your
person
appointment
did.
is for 11 o'clock and you check in at 10:45,
She
we'll
was
call
there
you.
15 minutes early or 20
10,
minutes
15,
early,
and-
and they say, you next.
I've seen that on
Really?
Twitter, yeah, where people check in 15 minutes early and they're out by their appointment time. So, because, you know, the DMV transactions themselves don't take that long. If you're just swapping out license plates, it's not that hard to do, or
No, I
your
think-
driver's license, it's, the transactions
I
themselves
think
don't
this
take very long.
person was going to renew the driver's license.
Mhm.
You know, that's what that person was doing, is renewing because his the date of the birthday is July 1st, so I think.
So he's gotta get it done before
he
that.
done it, yeah. You know, so that was good. And how those kiosks are working? They're not working too good, I hear.
No, the kiosks have been working fine.
They do?
Yeah, they do something like on the order of, I wanna say it's like 25% of all the registration renewals. And the big advantage to the kiosks is that the kiosks in the offices, in the DMV offices and the 2 AAA offices take cash. So you have a cash economy here in Las Vegas with tip earners.
Right.
And a lot of people don't have bank accounts, and the kiosks do take cash, which is one of the main advantages of them.
And in the offices, you don't take cash?
Oh, sure,
Oh.
but I mean, like, if you just have to do a quick registration renewal, you don't have to sit and wait at a window. You just go up to the kiosk and you're in and out in 2 minutes, and they do take cash. The ones out in the Albertsons and other places don't.
Let me ask you something else that I hear people complaining about. I'm lucky I don't have that problem, and nobody that I know really had that problem. The smoke test. Why is Clark the only county with the smoke test? And I still see people with, especially the city buses, with the smoke blowing out. Why are why are we being discriminated?
Well, Washoe County has smog checks too, but I mean, it's all EPA standards. Clark County is either a non-attainment area or a maintenance area, what they call it. In other words, we've got polluted air. And I mean, the EPA sets these standards and they say the state has to come up with an air pollution plan overall for all sources of air pollution, dust, you know, power plants, and the smog check program is part of the overall air quality. They call it the state implementation plan.
How much that cost for every driver, for every car?
Well, it's as you know, the smog checks are
It's about 16.
$16 is about the minimum you're going to get away with, and we set a maximum
Oh,
of I believe it's $33 this year.
okay.
Yeah, so like if you go to an expensive car dealer, they're going to charge you $33 for a smog check that you can get for 16 down on the corner. You know.
What about what is what is the chances for somebody that cannot pass the smoke test? They have
Well,
to throw the car away, or is there some kind of exceptions, or?
There's a waiver program. If you've spent, I believe it's $450 on repairs, and you have to have it done by a certified garage that's qualified to do emissions repairs. We'll grant you a waiver for a year if you spent $450 or more, and it still fails. But you know, who's going to do that? It's probably better.
To buy a new car.
Yeah, just to sell the car. And unfortunately, a lot of people are going out and getting classic vehicle plates if the car is more than 20 years old.
Oh, really?
That's a loophole that the legislature put into the emissions laws back in 2011. And you'll see all these junker cars driving around with classic vehicle plates. And the reason they have them is to avoid the smog checks. So the 2015 legislature directed basically the emissions control people in both counties and the DMV to study the entire smog check program. Okay, and from the ground up, including the classic vehicles, and they just published their report for the 2017 legislature with all the recommendations in it that are going to be brought up to the 2017 legislature for possible changes in the smog check program. So among their recommendations is they want to go to a biennial smog check where you get it every 2 years. They want to extend out the exemptions. Right now, you're only exempted for basically the first 2 years of your new
Of the
car.
brand new car.
Right, and they want to extend that out to 4, I believe the
But,
recommendation is.
but let me ask you, please excuse my ignorance, what is the use to extend all this benefit to people that have a new car? New cars are not gonna have any emissions.
Well, that's why
problem.
you do extend it. What's the point of smog checking a new car? Okay, then on the old.
But can you just ignore the new cars that they don't exempt? Can you exempt the new cars, let's say for the first 5 years?
Well, they're exempted for the first 2 years, and this report recommends that they be exempted for the first 4 years. And that we go to a smog every 2 years instead of a smog every 1 year.
Oh,
Okay, then for the older cars, like I said, we have all of these classic vehicles, quote unquote, driving around. They want to bring back the requirement that you have to have a smog check when you get the classic vehicle plates. That's the main reason why we saw all this increase in them, is because they took away the requirement that you had to have a passing smog check to start with.
you have to have what do you call that plate?
Classic vehicle, or classic rod.
It's almost like a vanity plate. You have to pay the price of a personalized plate.
It's not as expensive as a personalized plate. No, it's not.
No.
It's cheaper than that, and it's the standard Sunset design.
Oh.
But the recommendations again in the smog report are that with those cars, number one, you have to have a passing smog check when you first get your classic vehicle plates, which is the way it was before. Secondly, they want to have you go to a smog check station to check the odometer every year, because you're only supposed to drive it every 5,000 miles a year. And you know these meter cars out there, for classic vehicles,
For classic vehicle, oh
are only
really?
supposed to be driven 5,000 miles a year or less.
Huh.
And you have
Do
to
you
fill
know
out, you have to fill out.
Mr. Producer,
I didn't ever hear that, but
it makes sense to
a
you?
legitimate classic vehicle like the ones I have
Right.
wouldn't be driven close to 5,000 miles
No.
anyway, so it's a non-issue.
Yeah, they used to be
Legitimate.
2,500.
These clunkers, any car older than 20 years, I thought.
20 years.
All right, any car, one of these beaters you see that you call it, they're only doing that because it's small. It's by far not a classic car. You could be you name it, a piece
Yeah.
of crap.
84.
Well, that's an
Whatever,
antique,
it's not a
that's an
classic car.
antique, right?
It's a
What's the
misnomer.
difference between an antique and a classic?
And they'll be driven just as far as anybody's car. They'll be 30,000 miles a year is probably normal on those cars.
And you
'Cause they're not
have to
classic
fill
cars.
out an affidavit every year stating that you've driven it 5,000 miles or less. But we can't check every one of those cars. There's no way. If we suspect fraud, we'll call it in to check the odometer. But we can't check every one of those cars. But that's what they want
What's
to
the
do, is
average
make them.
for a normal person to drive a year? 10,000 miles?
Who's normal? I drive about 1,000 a month,
Really?
1,100, so it's like 12,000.
Yeah, but you use it for work.
Not that much, not
No?
really.
No.
But anyway, this report on the emissions smog check program is on our website. You just look for the emissions page and it's in the news section or on the public hearings page. And of course, it's a long, 80-page government document,
Yeah, of course.
but there's some key recommendations in there, and we'll see what happens with the legislature in 2017.
What is the difference between an antique car on the.
Well, yeah, and
classic
you
car.
went back to, yeah, you brought that up. Generally, an antique car is even older than that. We consider them, our laws, for whatever reason they were passed, is you can get an antique vehicle license plate for a car that's 1942 or older. Okay, and where they came up with that 1942, I have no idea where they came up with that.
And the other thing confusing is it never changes. Like I think the regular smog check on an older vehicle is 67 and back.
Right,
Never changes.
right, and
Why
it's
is it next year
1968
68?
and
Why is it
newer.
in 69? Why is it in 70?
Well, some states do that. Some states do
Right.
that. They have the rolling window there, if you
Right.
will.
Do they have
Nevada-
another state? They have it.
Yeah, they do. Where smog checks are only good for cars, are only required on cars that are just, say, between 5 and 25 years old. Whereas we require it from 1968 all the way up to, this is 2016, all the way up through 2014. The reason that was said initially is that that's the first year that the federal government really required any significant emissions equipment on cars, was in 1968, and it's just never been changed.
I never knew that, so okay, that's probably the answer.
Yeah, it's just never been
Wow.
changed. Other states do have a rolling date.
So I can have an antique plate in my car, right?
If it's 42 or older,
No, no, what is it?
if it's older than 20
You'd
years, you
have-
can have a classic.
Say
No.
classic, and I think
Classic.
it's classic rod is 25, and then there's an old timer plate. You could have an old timer plate on your car.
Just because he's old timer,
Yeah.
nothing to do with the
Just
car.
because I'm old? No.
Right.
My car is 20 years old.
So a
But-
brand new car, you can have an old timer plate.
No,
Oh.
it's gotta be, it's basically the same as a classic rod.
Oh, okay.
It's 20 or 25 years. But the antique vehicles are plates that we will make for you that match the style that was issued prior to 1942. So the
What do
plate
those cost?
styles changed every year.
What do those cost?
It's about the same as a specialty plate.
It's gonna
I'm not
cost
sure.
you on a per basis, that's gotta be kind of expensive
No,
for
not
you to
really.
produce those plates, isn't it?
No, we use the flat plate technology to produce them.
Oh.
It's basically just a digital pointer.
Oh.
And
So
also,
to produce
and also-
those, yeah, it's not that. big
and
of a deal.
also, it's not really the
It's kinda
plate.
neat,
It's
huh?
not really the plate. It's taxes and taxes and taxes and
Well,
taxes.
sure, but that's,
On a
I love to-
1942 car, you're gonna be paying the minimum, so.
I love to give you a hard time sometimes. You're a good guy.
that's
It's
kinda
not your
neat.
fault. You just speak for, that's all.
Wasn't prior to a certain year when all the Nevada plates kinda like that blue and white that you see around?
Well, the blue and white were issued from 1969 to 1982. And then
Okay.
prior to that, they were a different style every year.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
never knew that. Wow.
I would
And
like to-
and I believe people had to change them out every year too.
I would like to get mine all plate back, the blue color, but
You can get a replica.
really?
Oh, yeah.
With the same plate and same number and everything? No.
Yeah, but it doesn't look exactly the same. The blue is darker. But yeah, you can get your old plate number back, sure. As long as no one else is using it.
What about, oh no, that would be extra. My plate was, I used to have a name in the plate.
Well, that's a vanity
Was
plate.
it one? Yeah, that's a personalized plate.
Yeah, that's it. How much that cost?
Those are $36 for the
Plus-
initial issuance.
Plus the plate.
No, that's just for the plate, plus the registration. The plate costs 36 and then the registration is whatever it is.
And
on
the
your
normal
car.
plate is 28?
No, the normal plate, the standard issue plate is $8
$8.
to get a new pair, yeah.
So it's $8 plus,
Plus the registration fees, which are based on the value of the
no,
car.
I'm talking about the personalized plates. $8 plus the $30.
No, that 36.
36 total.
36, right.
It's not really that bad, eh? For somebody that like to show off.
No, they're personalized.
You know,
Popular.
I used to have a personalized plate, but that was because it was the name of the magazine that we used to publish. And I guess I can talk about it. It doesn't make any difference. The play was Runway.
Runway, okay, you had a magazine called Runway?
Runway. You know the runway at the stage?
Yeah, okay. I was wondering which kind it was. The
Yeah,
airport
runway
or
at the
one on
stage. It was a show. It was a show magazine. And but I used to go to the airport in the old days where you was able to park in front of the airport. How long you been in Las Vegas?
Since 1992.
Oh no.
So they thought you were a pilot.
So they see that big black car with a plain runway. Nobody ever bothered me, you know. Nobody. I park right in front, go in there, do my business, come back. Now it's a drama. You have to park 10 miles away from the airport. Gee, I don't know. I'd rather take a taxi, to be honest with you, or one of those airport shuttles.
Shuttles, okay.
It's
It's a
easy.
lot easier than,
And if you're going somewhere for more than a few days, it's cheaper.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I used to leave my car every day, and I don't remember, I think it was $10 a day or something. I don't know how much.
still is, I believe, or it
Still-
might be 14 now in the economy
is?
lot. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess it's 14 now.
Do you have any way to check people that are in Las Vegas working with an out-of-town plate? That
No,
was an
we
issue.
don't.
That was an issue one time. I don't know
Well,
if
it
it's still.
still is an
it's
issue.
still an
We still
issue.
get that complaint.
Yeah.
You know, the legislature authorized the constable to investigate those complaints.
Right, I remember. They
Yeah,
got
and
in
the old-
trouble for that.
Well, the constable the first constable did it right, the second constable didn't, got in trouble for it, so there you go.
Yeah,
But,
Bobby G did it right.
But no, the legislature changed it. The problem with that law is that if the constable went and ticketed somebody for improperly having an out-of-state plate, that person would have to pay the constable $100 for writing them a ticket before they could register their car. So one woman took it to court, and she won, and the court struck down that law as unconstitutional. So the legislature came along, and I believe this was the 2013 legislature, changed it so that the constable could only collect that fee if the person was convicted in a court, which doesn't happen because you get your car registered, take it down, and the court's gonna dismiss the claim.
Right.
So that's the way the law stands now, is the constables could go out and ticket people for having improper registration. But, they're not, there's no incentive for them to do that because they're not gonna make any money on it.
Because I tell you, it's really, really, I think, excuse my ignorance, I think it's an easy thing to do. All you gotta do is go through the employees' parking lot in the hotels. You know, most of the
Well,
How do you
hotels.
know
there's
they're
a
not guests?
Huh?
How do you know they're not guests?
No,
Well-
and the employees'
Oh,
parking lot, no.
Well, okay, but there's a few catches with that,
Uh-huh,
okay? Number one, you have 30 days to register your car after you move here.
right.
You drive through an employee parking lot, how do you know that that person has been living here longer
Well,
than 30
let me
days?
tell you, my
Well,
friend.
and there's a couple of other catches too.
Okay, go ahead, I'm gonna give
If
you.
you're a military or a military spouse, you're not required to register your car here. And I mean, there's all kinds of other scenarios. Maybe your cousin is visiting from out of town and you borrowed his car. Still, but I mean, you drive through the employee parking lots and look at cars, and even cars parked on the street or in a driveway.
Well,
You have no basis to accuse that person of a crime. I mean,
let me tell you,
too many
let me
exceptions.
give you my take on that. I already got the take of the government.
Okay.
Now, let me give you the take of a normal, well, I don't know if I'm normal, an average citizen. As much as the security force in the hotel love to play cops, believe me, a police car stop in the time office. I assume they still have time offices, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know, because nowadays everything is computerized, and you find out how long that person has been working over there. Security can find out that like that. And just if it's been there for a year, 2 years, it is same thing that happened with the people that are in the city illegal. They claim they live in the shadow, but when you interview them for any reason, they've been working 20 years in the same place. They got driver's license, they got a bank account, they got everything. And then they said they live in the shadow. What shadow? The shadow of Lake Mead? No, I believe that it is money for the state of Nevada.
With the car registrations?
Yeah.
It's, well, when it was in effect, it wasn't really all that much money coming in. I mean, you're probably thinking 7 figures, $2-3 million a year, and I can tell you it was nowhere near that. It was, I don't have the figure off the top of my head, but I just want to say over the whole life of that program, it was maybe
I don't know. I don't know if
that much.
I don't know if it's because I'm so proud to be in Nevada, and I made the same mistake when I used to have my place in California. I don't change my plate. I love my Nevada plate. I'm proud to be in Nevada, but it bothers me to see people over here working. I see trucks, handyman working. I saw 2 trucks, one of the 7-Elevens, doing job for the 7-Eleven with California plate, one on the Oregon plate, the other one. They're working. Why is that much? I know it's a pain in the neck to go to DMV. I realize that. I'm not going to excuse DMV for that. But I believe that people that come to live here, they see. We did an article about that when we used to publish the Mesquite Tribune, because a lot of people in Mesquite are from
Utah.
From
Wow.
Utah and from Idaho, I think it is. The one with the red border plate. Idaho or some other.
Arizona, it would be in Mesquite.
Arizona. And we did, and I guess we pissed a lot of people off because they call them, what do they call them? Winter
Snowbirds.
smoke birds. And they go on back and forth, And two of the people that were elected officials, two elected officials, two city council or
Were they
whatever.
claiming they were
Mesquite,
snowbirds?
right?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. Oh, we did a, I don't know, about 2 or 3 issues serious on that thing, and I really like the fact that I piss people off with that.
Don't most surrounding states have an inspection program every year that you have to have your car inspected if you're gonna re-register it?
What, for safety? No.
Yeah.
I mean,
No?
I think there's a few states back east.
Oh, they're not much out west, like California doesn't have.
No, California doesn't have it, and
Do
I
they have
think
a smog free?
Texas have one. Texas has it. But
Would-
those programs their states dropped them.
Florida
Yeah, I
used
know.
to have a smoke.
Yeah,
test,
New
and
Mexico
They don't
used-
have it anymore.
Well, the safety inspections is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, safety inspections, there's very few states that do those anymore.
We don't do it here.
No. But on license plates, I would like to mention that we're going to be replacing your license plate every 8
And that's
years.
why, that was one of the
That's the
emails.
plate reissue.
Yeah, the play reach. So what is thought about?
Okay, well, if you'll notice here in our baking southern Nevada sun and the snow and salt on the roads up in northern Nevada, they take their toll on the license plates. A little bit earlier, I mentioned that we have the flat license plates that are basically a digital printer. Those things, they're only designed to last 5 to 10 years. And the background starts fading and flaking off and boiling and bubbling. So if you look around, you'll see faded plates on the cars that are sitting out there in the sun. So what we're going to do is replace them every 8 years. And we've got a backlog of like 719,000 plates that are up to 15 years old out there.
So that would be more money for the license plate.
Right. There you go. Well, no, we're going to charge it for the plates. The state doesn't make any money on it.
But I already got the plate.
But if it's faded,
I know, but
warrant
right
it, the
now,
law
if it's not
enforcement
faded,
can't read
if
it.
it's not faded, do we have to pay for a new plate every year? We do?
Because the DMV has no way of knowing how
Did
faded
you say it's
your
every
plates are.
year?
No, it's every 8 years.
Okay.
It'll be every 8 years. And we're gonna start it off slowly. We're gonna do some of the backlog and some of the plates that are turning 8 years old. And we're gonna do that for the next like 2, 3, 4 years. Work down some of the backlog and some of the ones that are turning 8 years old. And once we get it all caught up, then it'll be every 8 years that we replace your license plate.
And every 8 years it'll change? Identified wise, it'll be different?
No, it'll be the same plate style and the same plate number. So when you renew your registration, then we'll make it and mail it to you.
Let me
So
ask
you don't
you,
have to go into the DMV.
So a cop driving down the road can't see a plate that's expired just by the fact that it's older than 8 years? You wanna know?
Well, no, you've
He
got the
won't know.
decal on it.
Yeah, well, he won't know.
But you won't know. I mean, the issue here though is law enforcement. I mean, you get these old plates and they can't
Well, I
read them.
understand the reason.
There's
for
and
it.
they can give you
reflexivity
a
at
warning ticket, and they give you a warning
sure.
ticket, so
Yeah,
you can go and
yeah,
change
there's
the
a law
plate.
that your license plate has to be readable from
Yeah, it has to be.
100 feet during
We
the
don't use
daytime
two
and
plates
110
anymore,
feet at
right?
night. Yes, we do.
We do?
But they wrote an exception into the law that if the front of your car doesn't have a bracket or a mounting device, then you don't have to display the front plate. But yes, we give you 2 plates, and if you can mount it on the front of the car, you have to.
Oh.
So, but anyway, with the license plate reissue, we exempt the old blue plates. It's kind of a vocal crowd there, and so we're going to exempt the old blue plates.
What do you mean exempt the old?
They're not going to be replaced.
They're not?
No. And we're also going to exempt the 150th plates, anniversary plates, Nevada anniversary plates, and the 125th Nevada anniversary plates. The 125th, there's not too many of them left out there. And with the 150th plates, they're made from a different process. They're painted rather than.
You mean a different prison? You do the plates in the
No,
prison?
they're all done in the prison, but I mean, there's 2 different processes.
Oh, okay,
There's,
yeah.
Here's a bunch of equipment that prints
Yes,
flat
I'm
plates over
sorry, I
here.
didn't mean to.
And there's a whole bunch of different equipment that prints the embossed plates. So, and most of the replacement plates will be embossed. With razor.
So let me
on.
ask you, if I get to know one of those prisoners over there that do, can I ask him to make me the plate so I don't have to go to DMV and pay
Go through the.
That's like getting
governor's
the
office.
printer that
Yeah,
prints the
look,
money to give you a pile of $100 bills that are real bills. How would you know, right? They just don't make it to the treasury, they make it directly to you.
Right, oh, that would be good too, yeah.
You get the place, do that.
Yeah, and they still getting paid for making those plates?
Huh?
They do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you, part of your plate fee is a prison industry fee.
Oh, really?
$1.50 per plate.
For the prisoner or for the prison?
No, for the prison.
For the prison system,
Right.
not for the prison.
Well, I'm not exactly 100% sure where it goes. It goes like into some kind of an inmate fund for their extras or something like that. I'm not exactly sure where it goes.
Because some
exactly.
people get paid to work in the prison system, right? And when
Well,
they
and the
get-
prisoners do get paid for making license plates.
That's what I'm
They do
saying.
get paid for it, and, the prisons in
But
this
they
state
pay,
have a
but
whole,
they get paid less money than.
yeah, they get paid very little, but they do get paid for it.
Yeah, and then by the time they go out, they got a few bucks saved over there. Or if they smoke or they eat,
Yeah,
Food.
whatever.
yeah. No, I guess, I don't know how that is distributed, but in the old days, they used to have money, they was making money for working. Upholstery or license plate or.
Right.
Even car repair.
Yeah, and
Even car
I'm
repair.
not sure if they still make motorcycles or not. They used to
They
make
did?
big
Really?
ass motorcycles,
Yeah,
the prisoners.
wow.
And
And
they have a brand?
and there was a place
What
over
were
here.
they? I never heard of that.
Big House Motorcycles, that was the brand name.
Big
was the
House
name?
motorcycle. Oh,
Yeah.
Big House for the.
Big for the
Really? I
prison.
never.
Big
I don't know if
House?
I've ever seen one.
Oh,
Wow.
are they still doing it? No.
I don't know,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth. I
And
don't know.
there is a body shop over here. Then I saw it when I went to Indian Spring.
Mhm.
I wasn't there, I went visiting. When that lady was the director of, I forgot her name now. Some lady was director of the prison, of the Nevada.
Of the prisons?
Yeah.
I don't
That
know.
was a long time.
Yeah, must have been.
I went there, have lunch over there with her and everything. And she went, but I have lunch in the Clark County Detention Center. And the captain over there assured me that they eat the same food, that we was eating the same food that the prisoners eat. But the prisoners always complaining about how bad the food is. So I don't know I don't know who to believe, I tell you the truth. But this lady, I forgot her name, very nice lady. I think it's been about 2 directors after her.
Mhm.
And Cox was one, and the other one, as a matter of fact, the one before Cox, he used to be the public information officer for the prison system.
Right,
I forgot
right,
his
that
name.
was Glenn Wharton, I believe.
He was such a nice guy. I don't know, you're not supposed to be nice when you get a job like that, but he was a nice guy. And then he became the head of Casa Grande.
Mhm. Okay.
And Glenn, I forgot, I can't pronounce his name. Yeah, he was very nice. So you know all those people, right?
No, I don't get up to Carson City as much as I should.
No?
No.
You got
I know
somebody
a
else
few of
over
them.
there?
Well, we're hopefully hiring somebody pretty soon, because the DMV does have 2 positions for public information. Yes, we do.
Oh. And
What
one
is this
for-
appointment process done to the regular lines, if you wanna call it that? People I always used to see by the hundred sitting there, what
Well, we still have to accommodate the walk-in people too. We want you
what
to
has
make
it
an
done to
appointment.
that amount of people? Has it significantly reduced the people that
Well,
don't have
our
an
wait
appointment?
times are way down from where they were, for starters, and that's because we hired 75 new people last year. We got 75 new positions, and because we have the appointment system and so on and so forth. So the appointments benefit everybody.
How many appointments can you make at the same time? Is it
You
like
as
50?
one per phone number. See, and that was the problem with the texting information, is we had people who would text in and join the line at every office in town, and then just go to the one that called them first.
Well, let's
But
say
you
you had
can't do
50
that.
windows in your appointment
Oh,
line
I
section.
meant one per phone, one per person. In other words, you or me, if you set an appointment using your phone number, 555-1212,
Right,
you can't use that same phone number to make another
right, but
appointment.
you get an appointment time, let's say 1:00.
Mhm.
How many others can get the same time of 1:00?
It varies, because
There's-
we have the ability to adjust
To
that
just that.
as it goes along.
Yeah, that's
And
a good
I don't
question.
even,
That's a
Well,
good
I'm
question.
it's
trying
a
to
good
figure out how
question,
you-
and I have to apologize that
How
I
do you
don't know what
manage
the
that?
latest
How do you
figures are.
implement that? It's a
That's,
tough thing to
well,
do.
no, it's,
Restaurants that are really busy, you can't make a reservation. Screw that, you just come.
you just.
You know, you're so busy. So how do you implement, because you think that would cut down on your revenue if you want to be a restaurant, making reservations cuts down on their revenue. because you might have a table sitting there that's empty that you could use if somebody came in the door and wanted that table.
Right.
There's always empty tables at restaurants that take reservations.
Well, with
And if
us,
people
for
don't
one
show
thing,
up.
is you do have to check in before we even call you at all. So
Uh-huh.
you're not gonna have somebody, you're not gonna have a technician call somebody who isn't there.
So
it's just-
wait a minute, what about in a
Geez,
household,
that's a tough thing.
in a household where 3 people live there, they all have 3 cars, and they only got 1 telephone line? They cannot have 3 appointments at the same time?
No.
You mean
Not
for
at
the
the same
same day, not for the same day?
Yeah, well,
But-
until you use it, you can set an appointment up to 30 days out, okay?
Okay,
So if I use my phone number to set an appointment 15 days away,
and your roommate wanted to make appointment, he cannot use you?
right, he can't use your phone number. He's
So your
got
appointment is
something
not under your name, it's under your phone number somehow?
else. Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
that's the preferred way. We can put it under your name but you have to go to the DMV office in person.
So when
to
you
do it
call
that way.
somebody, do you call them by their phone number when it's your turn?
Yeah, you call them by the last 4
The
digits
last
of the
4
phone
digits,
number.
yeah. Yeah, I did that the
Okay.
last time I had the plate, I
And
don't
if you've
know,
got a smartphone, it also sends you text messages.
yeah.
It'll
That's
send you
good.
a
I
text
like the
message,
idea
call
of
you
it.
now, go to window
The
28.
implementation could be a little tricky, but
Well, it has been a little tricky.
Yeah,
We've had
it's-
issues with it.
What is it?
the implementation of a program like that could be a little tricky.
Yeah, it is a little tricky.
Yeah, but it's,
And we're constantly tweaking the number of appointments that are available on a given day. You know,
I used to
and
have to go to
appointments per
take a
time.
blood test, for example. You couldn't make appointments, and you'd spend an hour there.
Mhm.
Where?
Easy, taking a blood test. Now you make an appointment, I've not spent more, I don't think I've ever not got out of there almost at the time of my appointment.
Mhm.
I mean, it's just, it's
Yeah, I
been
never-
remarkable.
I never
It's been a
give,
remarkable difference.
I never give a blood test to my car.
No, you don't.
Oh.
But that's something that really has worked. I don't know how it worked as good as it did, because what happened to all the people? Where the hell did they go? It's kind of like, they're all missing in action, so to
Well,
speak.
I tell you, I go to Southwest Medical. They moved now to Oki and Decatur.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you're familiar with that area over there. And if you go there early in the morning, like 7:15, you don't wait nothing but 15 minutes maybe. They call you right away. But I make an appointment. I
When
make
you
it
make
for
an appointment lately, you don't get waited at all. It's amazing, but we're the people.
sometimes you wait
You still
because
have to, the thing that I've always looked for the DMV is why can't you do more things online? A lot more easier, and then, I don't know if you still have it or not, but you had a convenience fee. Why are you charging the people to,
No, the
I think it's more of a
DMV, the
convenience
Nevada
for you,
DMV
not-
has never had a convenience.
well, I
fee.
know somebody did,
We-
like
Arizona
boat or
did.
somebody.
Arizona did.
I think it was, I don't know if it was
With
a
the
boat,
Arizona.
boat registration.
That
but
might have been
it's-
it.
but
What it is
I could never understand it.
The reason why companies or organizations do that is to cover the credit card fees. That's what they're doing. You use a credit card, the credit card company charges anywhere from
See, I always
2% to
thought that
like
was
3.5%.
illegal, but that's been getting changed. Right?
But the
okay,
reason, and like Arizona hired IBM to do, the Arizona DMV hired IBM to do all of their web development. So IBM's making money off it. And we do charge a fee for using kiosks because we have a kiosk vendor that builds and maintains them, and that's how they make their money. So if you
Yeah, how
use a
do they do it?
kiosk, the registration is an extra $3 for using a kiosk, and that's $1 for the other transactions. So, but that's to pay for the machines and pay the vendor so that we're not taking it.
so it's a convenience fee.
Well,
Yeah, you could call it that. We call it a processing fee, but
Yeah, well, same thing, yeah.
when you run the DMV and you have to have a person there to take care of their customers, to me, if you can eliminate the person there taking care of the customers, that's a convenience for the DMV, not a convenience for me, although it is. But why should I be paying
Right.
to help you guys out too, in a way? It's kind of, I never understood it. You have to
Well,
do things the easy way, not the hard way.
right, and the thing is, I mean, it starts chewing in and becoming a real budget problem when you're doing, thousands and thousands of transactions and paying a vendor for those. The vendor fees really start adding up.
When you're doing it
So-
online,
Well, and we don't charge any fees online.
Right.
We only charge them for the kiosks
right,
in this state, so,
Oh,
and this state does pay the credit card fees, we don't charge you for them.
right.
But,
the utility companies charge you for,
for the credit card fees, yeah.
yeah, but you know, you go to the gas station and they charge you, what, 35 cents?
See, that used to be years ago, going back 10 years, whatever, that was illegal. And it was illegal because a credit card, you take a credit card to increase your volume of business that you can do because you're allowing people to pay by credit card and that increases your business. So the credit card company had a restriction, you can't charge more because you use a credit card. That was the power from the credit card companies. You use me, it should be the same as cash. If
Right.
you use a credit card. So that for years
It
was
still
illegal.
is.
They've
I
been
don't know if
changing
it's
it.
illegal or what.
Nevada
No,
now, you
but
can
they
charge a fee.
They charge you a fee for that.
Yeah, which is,
I guess
to
in
me,
the
it's,
cabs they do, huh? And the taxis
well,
they do,
it's
they
totally,
charge
to
them
me,
credit
it's
card
totally
fee.
illegal to do that. Like gas stations with the cash price and the credit card price, that was illegal years ago.
Mhm.
You couldn't do that.
When we had, when we have an outside credit card company, not when you deal with the bank, but when you have an outside source, we used to charge $2 because that would cover all the percentage of how much.
Mhm.
We used to charge $2 for the process of the credit card.
It used to be the theory would increase your volume of business if you took credit cards.
But you have to
That's
tell
the way
the
it was
customer, you have to tell the customer that you have to have, then you're gonna charge whatever money it is. Some people charge $2.50. I know I went to use my debit card at the Golden Nugget one time, and they wanna charge me $10.
Yeah. Well,
I said, forget about it, so, but anyway, anything, go ahead.
What I wanted to say was, we don't charge you any kind of extra fee to do online. If you don't wanna pay the fee at the kiosk, you
Go
can-
to the office.
you just go online on the internet and do it.
Oh,
And
I'll
there's
say
no
one
extra
thing
fee
to
there.
give you a little star, your online service of registration and stuff like that
Mhm.
is very good. There's some out there that suck. They're hard to use, they're not friendly, they're not user friendly.
Right.
Yours is very user friendly.
We tried to
I'll give
make
you
it
that.
simple, and we
Yeah,
keep,
you must have someone that actually uses it too, because some of these places, they don't ever check what they're,
My
it's
roommate,
ridiculous, you
my
can't
room-
use it, some of them you can't use.
well,
my roommate
we do
used
keep adding more transactions to it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but if you buy a car from a Nevada dealer, you can register it online without going to the DMV, and we'll mail you license plates. Or you
Okay,
can-
And if
now,
you do it at the dealer, they
I'm
try
glad
to
you
charge
mentioned,
you
I'm glad you
$200, $300, $400 to register your car for you. And they
Well,
try
all
to
these
make it
registration
mandatory.
services do.
I'm glad you mentioned that. License plates can be renewed online.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Oh,
the first
really?
thing we
Just send you
get.
the sticker.
Are you sure?
That's the most common transaction the DMV's got. And we
So what
only
did
do
they
like,
do? They send you the sticker and the mail?
Just mail it to you. Yeah.
so, and with the license plate reissue, we might be sending you license plates too.
Yeah.
But, no,
But
so
you gotta
what we're
pay.
adding new transactions, I mean, we want people to use the online vehicle registration. If you go out, buy a car or a motorcycle from a Nevada dealer, you can register it online without
That's
going
it.
into the DMV.
That's so you
Initially,
can slow
first
down.
time.
Right, first time, and
So,
you can transfer your old plates, or we'll mail you new ones if you choose that.
What do you have online information wise about that vehicle you're trying to register? There's
Well,
nothing,
the dealers have to issue you a dealer's report of sale.
right?
It used to be a green piece of carbon copy paper. They don't do that anymore. They enter it onto a website now.
Oh, okay.
And it comes into the DMV computers. And when you type in the DRS number, it just
Oh, okay.
pops up what the
There you
dealer
go.
typed in there.
That
it's
makes
like,
sense.
it's like the smoke test. They go directly to DMV.
Yeah. you
They
don't
give
need
you
that
a paper, but
You don't need it.
I'm surprised they haven't stopped that yet.
So the other thing we added online, a couple of other things, that are like the number 4 and number 5 transactions we do in the office is movement permits online and registration cancellation. So if your car is in the garage, or you just forgot, to renew the registration and you're late, you can go on the DMV's website and get a movement permit so you can drive it for 10 days while you get a small check done. I mean, you don't have to come into the DMV office, and that stuff is gonna cut the number of people in the offices.
So that's the idea of making those services available and to reduce the traffic in the offices.
And then the other one is registration cancellation. If you are gonna put a car in storage, say you've got an RV that you're gonna put in storage, or a trailer or something, you go, or if you sell a car, you go online and cancel your registration online rather than having to come into the DMV to do it, or mail it, or call us, and that way you get your fee credit that stays there. So there's a couple of, it's worth taking a look at the DMV's internet services, because there's more there than you might think. And what we tell people is go on the website first and see if you even have to come in.
Huh. That's a convenience.
Yeah.
That's something that it makes sense.
Makes sense, that's what's.
But yeah, who is the director of the DMV?
When are you gonna have the,
It's a woman still?
Yeah, it's Terry Albertson.
when are you gonna have these Arizona-style 25-year driver's license jobs?
Arizona, no, we're not doing that.
I know,
But
what
what
do
is
you
it?
mean?
We switched to 8-year licenses,
Okay,
okay, for those under 65. If you're
Right.
over
Those
65,
are
you're
age.
gonna get a 4-year
Sure.
license. But
Why?
we switched to 8-year licenses.
Why? Why is
It's
discriminating
saving-
against us?
And it's not discriminating against you, it's just a fact that people's driving ability degrades as they get older. Their reactions are slower and so forth. So we want you.
I'm a good driver, I
Well,
don't have
yeah,
any
everybody
ticket.
is.
And you'll be able to renew your driver's license, no problem. I mean, we're just talking about the people who really, really
I
can't.
forgot the last time I even have
Don't
a
wanna give it
ticket.
up.
that doesn't,
I don't
So-
even have a parking ticket
but I
anymore.
think Arizona has
Well, okay,
really long
Arizona's,
drive, it depends on your age, if you're
No.
20, your license might expire 30 years from then.
I think it's good up to age 65, but you have to have it replaced every 12 years. You have to have the license itself and come in and get a new photograph
Oh,
every
for the
12
picture,
years,
yeah.
even in Arizona. But that flies against the Real ID Act, which is a whole nother issue. But if you want a real ID, those are 8 years maximum under federal law. But we did go from 4-year to 8-year licenses, and that's gonna cut hundreds of thousands of people out of the lines in the DMV offices in the future.
But what,
Okay, so we started
And then you
issuing,
just charge more,
yeah, it's
it's
just,
still the same revenue, you just
Right.
charge them more for the license.
right. So we started issuing 8-year licenses in 2014. So everybody that's got a 4-year license is going to have to renew between now and 2018. I'm not explaining this right, but
Maybe.
we started issuing 8-year licenses in 2014. So if you got an 8-year license in 2014, you're not gonna be back at the DMV office to register, to renew it in 2018. It's gonna be good through 2022.
mine is due this year.
Oh, good thing I made you pull it out there.
Right.
Mine expires in 18, so what will my next one be? And I'm 67, so.
You're gonna get a 4-year license because you're 67.
What about me?
You won't even get one.
Yeah, you won't.
You'll be over the max.
No.
I think 100, don't you
This
stop
said
at
mine
100?
expired this year. Mine expired this year.
150?
What,
I used
do
to
get,
use this
4
to
years?
get into the test site.
Yeah, you're over 65, right? So you get a 4-year.
I do business with a test site, and I used to just use my license to get into the test site, right?
Right.
Then I lost my license when I was out of town one time. Someone stole my wallet, is what happened. So I got a new license, I go to the test site, and they go, well, this is no good, and I go, well, this no good.
It's gotta be
They
a
said,
real
now
ID.
here's the thing, now it has not a real ID on it,
Right.
not for federal official use. So I don't even think I can use it at the airport, can I?
At the airport, you won't be able to use it after 2020.
Oh, okay. I use
October
my
1st,
passport
2020.
anyway.
Well, let me ask you this, we only got 2
But if you're an illegal alien, you don't even need one. They just let you in.
Oh, really?
Well, kind of.
No, my question is this, because I got this question from a lot of people, Spanish speaking people. Do you have a PIO in Spanish? No, really, no?
No.
Okay.
Ni este
a
no,
person-
really no.
Let me ask you, somebody that is not an American citizen, is a legal resident. They got a green card, what they used to call green card, I don't know
Right.
what color it is now.
You can get a driver's license for a legal resident. It's just like yours or mine.
Okay, but what about the
But-
one, then it is, what is the new driver's license?
The driver authorization card is what you're talking about probably.
No.
No, you're talking about the real ID?
The real ID.
Yeah, a legal,
Can they
a
get a
legal
real ID?
immigrant can get a real ID, yes,
They
they can.
do, even if
Yes,
they're
they
not,
can.
even
What's
if
the
they're
difference?
not,
What's the requirement?
even if they're not American citizens.
Right.
But
They're-
they have to be legal residents.
The requirements are different for proof of identity.
If I've
Okay?
had a license for 40 years,
If you want a real ID, you have to show us your proof of identity again. That's the whole point of it. Because you
I
have
have a history.
illegal aliens who got their license 40 years ago, okay? And there's one thing about a real ID is you do have to have lawful presence in the US and you have to prove it. The good news is you only have to do it once.
Look at this. This is my social security. Back in 1960, right?
Right?
My media pass is said Rolando Larraz, right? After 9/11, I'm going to DMV to renew my driver's license.
Mhm.
After all those years driving in Nevada, my record is there. They asked me for a different
Proof of identity.
proof of identity.
Right.
So I'm sitting over there, and the woman is calling my name, but it's not my name because I never use it. I never use it, not even in my own country. I use my
Well, see,
first
that's
name.
exactly the kind of thing that Real ID is trying to get cleared up. That's the whole point of it, is to make sure that your driver's license says who you really are. So when you go to renew, and we've talked about this before, if you've got a different name on your birth certificate or your citizenship, whatever,
Uh-huh.
certificate of citizenship, whatever you have,
Uh-huh.
it's different than what's on your social security account, or on your existing driver's license. We're not going to be able to give you a real ID, you'll have to get a standard one.
So I'm sitting over there asking and waiting for in those days they used to give it to you in there. And I never used that name before, never in my whole life. And so what I'm gonna do, or what I'm planning to do, I don't know, maybe that's a good question for you. If I go to court and change my name
Mhm.
to Rolando Larraz, I always tell Spanish people they have that idea of 18 names. When they got kids, don't give them all those names after the father, the uncle, the
Yeah.
grandfather. You know,
It just-
that doesn't show that you love your grandfather more. It's more complicated.
Right.
You know, if I go to court and I change my name to
Then
Rolando,
that's what your name is.
that's what my name is gonna be?
Yeah, and right, and if that's what it already is on your social security account, then great.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to, is people change their names. People do change their names through the court, and the DMV will accept that.
Okay.
And then, of course, women obviously
Marriage is
change
probably
their
the
names
biggest one.
when
Yeah.
they get married, and we need to see a marriage certificate for that.
Yeah, but when I got married, I didn't change my name.
No.
How do you know that marriage certificates are good? You can make up just about anything on a computer
Yeah,
these
well,
days.
that's the thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? In Clark County, we can verify them electronically, but
Really?
Yeah, from anywhere else you
from
can't.
anywhere else we can't.
Yeah.
Man, don't make it difficult for Kevin.
Well,
you know?
the
Same
point-
thing
the
with birth
point is-
certificates, I mean,
Sometimes these
Yeah.
regulations, I mean, you're just fooling yourselves, thinking you're gonna force them or do something. Some of them are like ridiculous.
Well,
Some
if you-
things you just can't do.
Well, but we can electronically verify a passport or US immigration documents and social security numbers. We do electronically verify that.
Oh,
So giving us a fake social security card won't do you any good.
it will do. I don't know how these people can do that
You
because
don't even
one
need to
time,
give us social security.
I don't know how they do
You
that.
get a license,
Mhm.
maybe a real one,
Yes, you do.
regular one you do too?
If you're an immigrant who hasn't been assigned one yet, you don't have to, but if you have been assigned a social security number, you have to give it to the DMV. And there's two reasons for that. One, they said, they passed a law that it can be used for identification, number one, but also because of the federal child support laws. The
Oh.
child support laws say that you have to give the DMV your social security number.
Wow, this is interesting. Maybe next month if you come by, we can talk about that. Kevin Malone from the Department of Motor Vehicle in Nevada. Thank you very much for being here. I know you are very,
Glad to
very
be
busy
here.
man. But we need, once in a while, we need you. The last time you was here, we talked about you coming once a month, but
We can do that if you want.
you know, definitely, I like to keep people informed. Thank you for being here today, and thank you all for listening. My name is Rolando Larraz. I stand behind every word I said in this show. Thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless America, and God bless our troops.
All right, you made it by 2 seconds to spare.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I call professionalism.
That was a good producer.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.